And well, I guess I'll be in
We
the
had
booth so I can
breakfast.
set my tablet and I can watch the soccer game.
So you're saying you're going to cheat watch soccer at church while you're running the.
Hey, I'll
Hey,
still be better than anybody else.
us and our cold openings. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us for Pop Culture Clobbering Time, where we take an hour and 20 minutes, give or take, of our week to talk about comic books, toys, collectibles, and all that geeky fun stuff. Today we're going to talk about two subjects. Uh, we read a comic book, a new comic book, like fresh off the streets, and
Actually, two of them.
spoilers.
Oh, my bad. You read a new comic book.
And we're going to talk about some favorite childhood Christmas memories. We'll get the party started right after I find my
Oh boy.
of the show.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
me?
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
How you doing, Al? How are you this morning?
Wow, blasted. I'm up. I'm up. Is this the final pop culture clobbering time of 2022?
It is, yeah.
It is.
It
That's
is?
what we should be talking about. This is gonna be. We should have been done the best of, and you should have had to go through
Like
all
we
the
week
other
after Christmas?
shows and get clips.
Is there? I guess there is a Saturday the week after Christmas. There's 5 Saturdays. This
Yeah.
month? Maybe it's not. Okay. Maybe you will see us.
New Year's Eve
All right.
day.
I don't think I'll be able to do that. I've got a commitment.
Okay. So our first show of the new year will be a look back at all the stuff that went wrong. I mean, the best stuff of 2022.
I don't look back. We're not gonna look back. We're gonna move forward. I'm telling you.
Like
No
Luke
looking
Cage
back.
says, forward, always forward. Or is that from the TV show only too?
I've not read enough Luke Cage comics to be able to say for sure. Someone like Lady Fantastic may have.
Morning, Lady F.
Gore Vidal is also here. Thanks for joining us, Gore.
Or
Unruly Simeon, thanks for joining us.
you
And
and Ruly.
Bub, thanks for joining us this morning.
It's not Bubs.
Nope, it's just one Bub One Bub to rule them all.
Let's Vogue. Hey guys, really quick, I gotta get on to this. They cut Henry Cavill out of being Superman after telling him to be. Hey, go ahead and tell everybody, tell the world that you're back as Superman, and then the new guys come in and go, not so much.
Well, not only that, it's like tell everybody canceling other projects you might have. The Witcher.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was the worst. I mean, I haven't watched The Witcher, but I know people were up in arms about that.
I'm like, is he still getting a check for this cancellation? That's all I need to know.
he needs to be getting paid from Warner Brothers because they did him dirty, man. They did him dirty. Like, we'll pay you $1 billion just to be nice to us when we totally kick you in the goons. It's like, hey, kabam! Anyways.
And then they erased him from the Flash movie. They're still mad at The Rock for forcing them into.
Yeah. They probably like, well, you got to do this. And then they end the spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the boringest Black Adam movie ever made, because there's only one.
I have it, and I want to avoid spoilers.
It's the most entertaining Black Adam movie ever made. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Entertainingly bad. That's going to be one of those movies people watch later on. Like, oh, man, he's going to say, tell him the man in black sent you. Or the man in black. It was so bad. Oh, anyways, I can't talk about it. I still have an embargo. Me and my buddy Terry want to do like a whole we hate this movie.
I like the movie.
I tell you what, I think me and Terry's got a thing. We're going to call it Hate Watch. Or we talk about all the movies we hate. I think that'd be a good one.
Let me know when you cover The Spirit. I want to be part of that one.
Oh my goodness. Hate watch.
That has an amazing cast.
I know, right?
Unbelievable cast. Unbelievably bad movie. But hey, real quick, I know it's early, but I made something special for Christmas for Coach Vic.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah?
It's his Christmas present. I didn't get you one, Jamie, because you have it all. And okay, Mitch, last time we were talking, you said, "Why don't you do this?" And I was like, "No." But then I decided for your Christmas present, I even made a sticker of it.
Ooh.
That is sweet.
Yes, that is the first sticker going on my laptop.
There you go.
I love it.
It's either Luke Surfer or Silver Cage.
Silver.
You did what they say can be done.
Oh, that's sweet.
Very
Got my
Kirby.
crown in there. Got my chain belt.
Tiara.
Mhm.
I had to put some color on him, man. I couldn't just leave. I did have the pants, but the legs, like the blue, but then they had too much. But this is waiting for you. I'll see you one day, and you can have it.
Sweet.
I'm a nice guy. Happy birthday.
Merry
Christmas.
I picked up some Al Schell swag myself. I got this shirt.
Gotcha, man.
And then I also got, which is kind of contraband from what I understand now. It's
That's Gotcha, man. Now you got lucky getting that one because
Exclusive.
no longer available on the T Public page.
no, look at that.
Doom.
The Dr. Doom. What was it? M&M or Clark's Bar? Yeah. Anyways.
Hopefully,
Clark's Bar ad.
Dr. Doom, they give him theme music. He seems like somebody needs their own theme music.
Oh, for sure.
My vote for Dr. Doom's already played a
The
match.
world will never know.
And I would get Adam Driver to be Dr. Doom, but that's
Adam Driver.
Oh yeah, he is.
I wanted Denzel to be Dr. Doom.
They need young people. Sorry. Look at that. If they were going to keep old people, they would have kept Professor Patrick Stewart as Professor X.
Mhm.
Look at that. Look how beautiful.
Yeah, I gotta have one of those too.
Oh, yeah, see, I just gave you $1 million idea that to make 75 cents.
You're gonna sell the hundreds out of those.
Yeah, I'll sell the 5s. But yeah, speaking of which, T Public, my T Public's blowing up. Thank goodness, but it's Christmas. People, keep paying for merch that won't get there until after Christmas. I know they're probably buying it for I'll get this for Christmas for this guy. It probably won't come until next Christmas.
But that has nothing to do with him.
Nothing to do with me. I'm not the T Public guy. And my Etsy, I've been doing pretty good on that. I just sent out like a stack of good ones. So I don't know. Should I put Silver Cage on? Should I put him up?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, that's
All
sweet.
right. Silver Cage. All right. So why are we here, folks?
Well, I'm just going back to some of these comments here. Unruly Simeon says Major Matt Mason was one of his favorite Christmas toys ever, and we've got fans of Major Matt Mason in my company. Actually, the owner is a big fan, has a bunch of that stuff.
Who owns that? That's Hasbro or Mattel?
I'm not sure. And I think he might be looking into bringing it back. I'm not sure.
Oh,
I think I've seen something.
And Lady F, she's out shooting.
BB gun. You shoot your eye out.
Yeah, no, I couldn't get a gun. I wanted one because everybody else had one.
He's done a lot of mashups. He turned this into a Hulk Hogan Dr. Doom. That was pretty cool.
And I've been told I need to do that as Skeletor. Hold on, folks.
Preach.
So we'll get into our Christmas memories here in a bit, but we're gonna start out the show by doing our homework. I'm talking about a modern comic. And so here's how the conversation went last time. It's Coach Vic and I we're gonna read through Watchmen next year, and we'll do shows about Watchmen.
I love Watchmen, but
I know Al's not a huge fan of like the read along kind of stuff, and I know you're not.
That's something so dense, right? Just so like, hey, I'm on board if it's like a single comic,
right?
But like if we're gonna do like, hey, do the most epic thing ever, and then no offense, Vic, then have to explain it to Vic like every panel. He's like, hey, where's the characters from the TV show? We don't know. They're not on here.
Well, purposely, I haven't watched the TV show.
Huh?
I haven't watched the TV show.
So we've had HBO Max for about a year, but I never watched the HBO show until just recently, and that's what inspired me to want to read through Watchmen with Coach Vic so that he could get to watching that show, because I think it was very well done.
Well, Lady Fantastic saying Watchmen's so good. I am on board. I love the book. I love the movie even. I like the movie. I thought it was well done. It was fun. I can't go back and watch it because Zack Snyder is on my list. Okay. Wow, that doesn't hold up list. But I'm just saying. Yeah, and the TV show was great. It was great too.
I mean, Regina King was in it.
Yeah. So let's finish this. I'm just saying, 12 issues, thick books. What are we gonna do next? And after what we're gonna talk about next, maybe we should, so we can cleanse our palate of this hot mess that might bring us
ready to jump off yet.
It's great, Lady F. I really like the movie too. So we'll talk about that at some point too once we finish reading the book. But so getting back to the origin story of why we read a comic book this week. So like Al said, he's like, oh, he's more up to reading a single issue, and he's like, well, why don't we read a modern book? And I was like, okay, I've heard good things about this JSA book that Jeff Johns has written, and the house falling in above us. Al and I are both, old school readers, so we're familiar with the characters and everything. And even Coach Vic has had exposure to the characters through the TV shows and that kind of thing. So I figured we'd all be familiar enough with it. It's a jumping on point. And figured we'd dive in. So
plus, we're looking for something DC other than Batman to read.
There you go. So I threw it out there, and we were all on board for it. And then so Al was the first one to get to the comic shop to pick it up. And what did you find was the significant thing about jumping into this new JSA book?
Okay, so we are going to read. I don't know if we're going to read all of them. It'll take a while if we did, because they just postponed number 2 to like 2025. We decided we were going to read the new JSA by Jeff Johns, and then I go to the comic book shop, and I'm like, all right, well, I dragged myself into this hot mess. Where are they? And Casey, the local comic book shop owner, he goes, oh, you can read it, but did you read the new Golden Age first? You got to read this to even understand this. I hate to break it to you. Even if you read this, you wouldn't understand this. I'm sorry. Let's not jump ahead of ourselves. So anyways, I went in. I had to buy the new Golden Age because I hadn't bought it before, even though it's got some of my favorite artists in there, Jerry Ordway and who else? Jerry Ordway. And Even though there's an old thing about this. I don't want to never remind people of something good if you're going to give them a big pile of crap. Okay? Never do it. Don't do it. Don't be like, hey, you know this new Superman movie, and look at this old Christopher Reeve movie, and then look at the new Superman, and you're like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. So I read the new Golden Age, and then I read Society of America, and then I go, hey, you guys, you got to read this first. It might help. I don't know if it did. Knowing Vic, he probably didn't know any of the characters, and that's okay.
Look, I just did name tags on people other than that weren't on TV shows. Like I picked out Jay Garrick in a heartbeat.
Okay.
Yep, that's about it.
Well, but here's the thing: it starts off with the classic Justice Society lineup. The first book does. So if you've never seen that classic lineup, I guess it's printed everywhere. So you're not looking at comic books, I guess.
A quick question about the artist, though, since you mentioned art. This font, is that some proprietary font or something? Would that be the penciler who came up with that, or what?
It would be the letterer.
Yeah.
But they didn't use that font throughout the story.
That's okay. I wouldn't want to read it. Would you?
Oh, no.
And which font are we talking about?
He's critiquing the
font
title page.
Yeah, the title page. The title page.
Oh, you're talking. Are we talking of the new Golden Age?
Yeah.
We're talking new Golden Age.
Yeah.
No, we're talking.
I don't.
You need to tell what book we're looking at because we got to talk about two books here.
Right.
Oh, we're starting with the new Golden Age, right?
Okay, the new Golden Age.
So
first off,
wait, hold on. As the new reader, I want to get Coach Vic's impression of the everything that's gone on up to now. Having read it, having had to buy 2 books to understand it. What are your overall impressions so far?
You know, I'm so excited that we're finally reading something new together and everything. Mm-hmm. I hate to say a book is hot garbage. Good Lord, can we stay in one time? Can we? So much jumping around.
Okay.
So much jump, and then when she goes back to, it's not. It's like, I mean, is it 1 year ago? It says 1 year from now. Is that 1 year in the future from now, or 1 year in the past from now? I thought it was in the future from now, but apparently she's going backwards through time.
Let me ask you this. Well, let me ask the audience this.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's in the next book, isn't it? We're in the new Golden Age.
No, that's okay. I wanted your opinion of like the combined experience here. We have not, any of the 3 of us, have kept up with like current DC continuity and events and everything like that. I know whatever Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths or whatever the event they're doing, and I don't think it's ended before this started. I have no idea what's going on, so I don't even know. Is there still just one DC universe like there was at the end of Crisis, or is there Earth 2? Is this on an alternate Earth, or is this on the same Earth that like Batman and Detective Comics happens in?
See, I'm just accepting this as its own thing until I hear otherwise. So, you know, I'm just this is this storyline they're going through. You know, you got what's his face married to what's her face, and
Batman and Catwoman.
Yeah, Bruce and Selena are married. You know, and but you find that out in a weird way. But
in the original Earth 2 storylines, Batman and Catwoman did get married, but it was Catwoman that got murdered, and then Batman went out one last time, and then he got whatever. And then Huntress took over. She became the new Batman Huntress character, and then you had Dick Grayson in his weird Robin outfit that no one liked. But so they switched it in this. Spoiler alert. Anyways, to the Golden Age, like Coach Vic said, it jumps around too much, It's not consistent. Another thing, I'm getting tired of different artists in one book. There's no consistency at all, and I understand that he's going for different flavors. And then when you got artists that are garbage cakes, I'm sorry, I know I'm not the bee's knees of artists, but then there's guys that aren't on a certain level that they just hire because that's fancy.
The art is so different in style that it really does take, every time they change the scene, you have to like reorient yourself to what's going on. I mean, we go from this kind of
like is that time
kind of image type of style to, I mean, Alan Ice.
Then you go to Jerry Ordway,
Jerry Ordway on the next
still
page.
Banging it out. This guy's still great. Just give me a golden age book, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, how is the play? Yeah, that's what this book is. I went to go see a play, and I got shot in the back of the head by people that liked it. I don't know. Jeff Johns, whoever decided to, he is like the guy that got stuck doing the same thing over and over again. Since he did Doomsday Clock, and then he did the Three Jokers, and now he's doing this. I just feel like he just like he loves Alan Moore's Watchmen, and that's what we're getting. A time jumping doesn't make any sense unless you eat his brain. We got to eat Jeff Johns' brain to understand what the hell this is.
Oh, that's true. That's the premise of true. Oh, I have a question though. I mean,
trying to refocus.
So good.
Focus. I'll keep going.
But my question is, what's up with the talking chimp?
That's Detective Chimp. He's a character.
Detective Chimp.
Yeah. And then the bear?
I don't remember the bear.
He's probably from. He's somebody. That's the thing. Wild something. I forgot his name. He was probably a Justice League character from the other thing. But I'll tell you, I don't want to be. I wanted to love this. I even told this to my local guy. I wanted to love this because JSA. I love JSA. Even the new garbage Black Adam movie, they had some good JSA stuff that I liked. But this is like, hey, we got your favorites. We got Jerry Ordway. We got the guy that used to do the, this book and this book. What are you doing? You're just spray painting it in different colors, and you're not. There's no consistency. I just gotta say, and it's a whodunit. Mm-hmm. Like, who killed this guy? Who did this? You know who the guy is if you've read books before. Or if you haven't read the book, you just got this guy that they're trying to put off as like a Joker guy because he's like, he appears to me and he smiles, and it's like, is this the Joker? No, it's this dude no one cares about. It used to be, I think he's a former Nazi, right? Or something.
You know the story better than I do. I'm not that.
I can't pronounce his name, but it's Gaiden or something.
Well, essentially what Al's saying is they're kind of rewriting a story that's already been told.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. Well, that's what they do all the time anyway.
They're doing their whole. So the two movies I hate: The Spirit, which I've already mentioned, and the other one is Star Trek. Is it Star Trek Beyond? Which one was the one with Khan?
Oh, Into Darkness.
Star Trek Into Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
I hated that movie because. What's his name that directed it? The director,
J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams. So J.J. Abrams always said, we're not going to go back and retread on old Star Trek stuff. And then he made Star Trek Into Darkness that totally went back and retread on everything we loved about Star Trek.
And that is the key right there, what Gore's saying. Terribly disappointing. That's what it is. It's disappointing.
And it's ironic that your parallels, or the parallels you're bringing up about it, kind of trying to hit the same beats that Watchmen kind of walked through. I think you're spot on with that analysis too, because it's the most powerful character has died, and who did it, and trying to figure out.
The comedian dies, and then Rorschach's trying to find out, and
What are you talking about?
Did you read? Well, we'll read it next.
You'll find out the Watchmen.
We're gonna need to read the Watchmen because
Dr. Fate died. It always starts with Dr. Fate dying.
It does now.
So, Jamie, you read these books?
Yeah.
Okay, what is your vision, or what do you think?
As an experienced comic book reader, I too was confused because the whole thing about, I mean, the one running thread through the Golden Age, the new Golden Age, was that, as Coach Vic mentioned, Dr. Fate always dies first. Well, what does that mean? In the characters I'm familiar with, that's not a thing. And then apparently, there's one scene where Dr. Fate dies in this book, but it's not necessarily the Dr. Fate. But then in the Justice Society #1, they're reacting to the real Dr. Fate everyone's familiar with has died. It's like, oh, I don't remember seeing that in the last issue. Did I miss it? And then I went back through this morning, there's this one really bad panel that they do, and I think this is what they're trying to say is the death of Dr. Fate, but they never in the rest of the book they never go back and react to that. Well, you get
he's not dead. That is Catwoman lassoing the helmet off of Kent Nelson.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and then he envisions all of these dead Dr. Fates, and then he's like, "Oh no, what's up?" You know. So he didn't die. It's just
the last page of the book. Dr. Fate is vertical.
Well, the one that dies is the one in the Legion of Superheroes time.
Right.
That's the one that dies. Gets very.
But that's not the one they're talking about in this. And
is it?
Power Girl is pissed off that Dr. Fate is dead, and they've got a legion of substitute Justice Society members trying to.
Well, yeah.
No, it is the one that died, isn't it? Because it's like the one that they show him.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing.
Yeah, I think.
First off, Power Girl went from being like a complete beach and in the comic books, not that era of Power Girl, but the one that they were just like, yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Look, thanks for tuning in to listen to us gripe about stupid comic.
Yeah, and here's another thing. As a wannabe artist, okay, you do pretty great. I don't know how to pronounce the name.
Michael Janin or something like that. Janin.
Okay. You do pretty artwork, but you don't tell a story to save your life. And there's no backgrounds. There's no shots that tell you what the hell, where you at. Establishing shots. I want to know the world we're in before we're like, you know.
Whole lot of thinking going on too.
And okay, check it out. They're always doing the, hey, remember this? They give you the remember berries. And then they just go, and we're just going to like, okay, now it's this. And they even say it. This is what gets me the best. I don't know if it's Huntress or if it's Power Girl. She says, this is the new Justice Society, whether you like it or not. And that is apropos to this book. Whether you like this or not. This is the Justice Society now. Whether anyone likes it or not. Right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she says. With no background. I'm sick of it. Look at these no background. I know people go, well, you got to have no backgrounds.
Well, those are the trading cards, basically.
Where are they? They're nowhere.
I mean,
they're on. They have blank panels behind them. I don't know where they're at. I don't care to know. I don't care. It's not. If you give me these fake people, these made up people, and put them in a like they're floating around in ether or something, I don't give a darn. I don't care. I don't care about any of these. They take these characters, and then you give me some more Ordway because it's black and white, because he's old timey, right? Because no, he should be. You give him the whole book, it would have made more sense. He would, because he knows how to tell the story. That's what most artists are missing now. They don't know how to tell a story, and this book shows it. This book proves it. And I'm sorry, I wanted to love it, but here, okay, so you could, like, what's happening? Oh, she's angry. Oh, something happened. I don't know what happened. And then she's shot somehow by kryptonite bullets or something. Spoiler, I don't care. This book sucks, so it can be. And then what's happening here? She shoots. It like lazily goes through the guy or by the guy, and then she's like, "I'm old." You even see it? She don't even look old. She's got white hair and some whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening? Like, there's no like. This is a horrible storytelling. It's a failure in storytelling. That's what it is. But it does inspire me, and it inspires me that next time I do some comic strips or something, I'm gonna like over explain. I'm gonna over explain because these books, they're not doing it. They're not exciting. There is disappointing, and I'm losing us viewers yelling at stuff. Sorry. Get off my lawn, Jeff Johns. Retire.
So
he needs to go. He needs an intervention. He needs to go to detox. He's got Alan Moore disease.
Yep,
and he's doing it poorly.
Detox after.
And this explains most stuff. It explains the new Star Wars movies. Anything you want to talk about the Star Trek in the darkness, it explains. This is the problem when people try to read, like, oh, I understood this movie completely, the original movie. And this is what made it so good. And what they do, they did the Khan moment. They did the, hey, no, Kirk's gonna die instead of Spock. That's the problem. They don't understand these movies. They don't understand why Ghostbusters was good. They don't understand why Back to the Future was good. They don't understand the feelings of these movies. So they just go, oh, look at the cool car. And that when they do the Back to the Future remake, it's going to be a cool car or something. And then it's going to be it's going to just be the lame. It's going to be like Willow, the new Willow, where it's just like, hey, we're just going to add in sex and all this stuff.
I like that.
Yeah, you would. Anyways. You like Black Adam. You like most stuff it's pretty bad. I
never saw the original Willow either, so.
Yeah, well, that's not as good either. But the thing is that it's supposed to be a fairy tale. It's supposed to be this. It's not supposed to be chicks grinding on each other.
Okay,
it's not supposed to be any of that.
I only got to the second episode.
You haven't gotten to the chicks grinding on each other.
It was the first episode.
Huh?
It wasn't the first or second. She's all like, "Oh, I'm going to go and start making out with that chick," and it's just like, "Hey, my kids are watching." I'm grumpy old man.
Can I please put some lipstick on this pig here?
Which one?
The Justice Society.
Yes, please. Let's wrap this. Let's put a bow on this thing.
Here's what I'm saying, though. I think going forward, since we jump back into the 1940s, I guess it was, we might have a more linear storytelling. I think that will fix everything.
So the question is then, so are we going to read the next one? And I'm not going to make any of us commit to it. I will probably.
I guess I'm the only one. Huh?
I will probably pick up the second issue out of curiosity to see, are they going to leave it in one timeline? Is the storytelling going to be more linear? And I do not expect it will be. I think it's probably going to jump all over the place.
This is my deal. Right now is the multiverse time jumping. Everybody's doing it. Marvel's doing it. I heard. I don't know. I don't want it to be true, but I heard Indiana Jones is doing it. He's gonna go back in time and do his stuff and all his junk.
Oh yeah, because they got that technology to make him look young.
Everybody is doing this. It's the clones. It's when everybody wanted and they kept doing clones and clones and clones and clones and clones. Now we don't want to see any clones. Pirates. Don't want to see pirates. Don't want to see vampires. Don't want to see none of that. They're overdoing it because they don't have any new ideas. They ain't fresh. You bought it, so we're making new. You know? Oh, you bought this one piece of gum, so we're going to keep making this piece of gum. All right, sorry.
Oh, I
insane.
do have one last complaint that I didn't get to.
Okay, good.
Share.
Let's get one more.
1 second. I got.
Is it going to be the fact that the Huntress's hair is always blowing in the breeze, and there's probably not a breeze in every scene?
That's funny, but no.
And the one background that he does is obviously just like a poser or a 3D model that he drew or turned into.
I have a feeling that he's using a lot of 3D modeling as this reference here.
You know what?
Yeah,
I heard you guys talking about the art. I've never noticed it till now.
Gore, this is why I chose this particular work to kind of dive in and see kind of where he's at after stuff that's gone down, like mentioned it earlier, the DC Watchmen mashup book. What was that? The clock, the Doomsday Clock. He did the Doomsday Clock, which I thought was a mixed bag. Art was beautiful, but the story was a mixed bag. He's done Geiger, which I think was pretty good, and he's doing his other book now, Combat Joe or something like that. I'm not loving it, but I thought Jeff Johns was going to be a good enough creative brand to kind of expect some amount of quality that is not being perceived by the three of us.
All right, my last complaint. This new evil Justice Society or wherever they are, because I don't get it. She couldn't find any good folks. I mean, Cyclone's running around there somewhere, Atom Smasher somewhere, Hawkman somewhere. But either way, she couldn't find one black person. Jeff Johns couldn't find one black person to put in the new Unjustice Society or Justice Society. That's all I'm saying.
There you go.
Or are we saying the ghost is black because we can't see him?
No, he's an old Southern gentleman. And you see him right before he dies. You see his face because that's how he gets killed. Is he reverses him to when he was alive, and then he kills him. So obviously, these guys, this is temporary, and these characters remain to die. Either if they're gonna come back, who cares?
Don't get attached.
Right. They're just gonna come out. It's gonna be a new great Justice Society that's probably like so great. It's just gonna be awesome, you know.
You're gonna love it.
If you don't give me something, if you don't look, we're fish, man. We're like looking. Oh, look at that! I'm gonna go bite that hook. If it's just a hook and it says hook on it, I'm not biting on that hook, hell. You got to give me a juicy special worm and have me bite on it. There was no worms in this. There was nothing that made me want to go.
Ooh, don't tease me like that. Now, one thing I did, I was kind of impressed with myself about, because I've been watching the Green Lantern cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I saw the Red Lantern, I'm like, but they get their power from rage.
But this is the golden age.
Golden age, I don't think that's real.
From Green Lantern Corps.
I was so excited that I knew something.
Was this real? This is where I call BS. I don't think this guy was real. I think he's
Thanks for joining us. We're just getting over. Just almost.
I'll never get over it.
Ranting about this Justice Society book.
Never get over it.
I guess I'll go
Let's
back
get to some cheeriness. I want to get cheered up.
All right. Well, let's. Everybody wants some holiday cheer, so let's dive into this a little bit. So I'll share a little screen here. So this is what I was brought up on, as far as like
what is Bigfoot?
Yeah. Well, this is one. I was hoping I would find pictures of me with like. Here's what I got when I got that Star Wars toy for Christmas, but no, this is what our Christmases look like. It was a mess. It was just an explosion of toys and wrapping paper on the floor. So that's me and my little brother and my dad all laying in the living room.
And again, we can't see any faces, so this is a good picture.
Well, that's why I'm following up with this one here. This is me looking pretty styling at my grandparents.
Oh my goodness, you look.
Wow, that was like your daughter.
I know.
We both said the same thing.
Poor kid.
Look at that. What gift did you get there? Do you remember?
Man.
Yeah, that's my real dad. But yeah, this me and my
That's not what I heard.
Oh, that reminds me of some Prince Harry rumors I heard too. But
so that kind of sets the stage for me. Let's see. We got
holy cow, that looks just like your daughter.
What gifts did you get? That's what I want. What's your top 3 gifts, pal?
Okay, so let's I got 3. Let's see. Let's start with this is going to be the earliest one.
I'm voting on this. I'm going to vote on this.
So this would we moved into our new house, my childhood house, when I was 5. So this would have been in our old house, so I would have been 4.
It's a box of bricks, right?
And I went the Al Schell route. I picked stuff that is not going to be like the Star Wars or G.I. Joe. This is the stuff that I played with as much as that stuff.
Big Jim.
Big Jim.
Look at the muscles on that guy.
I know you can barely see. He's got that armband. He had like a metal armband that if you like flex his bicep, he pops that metal armband off. And then so he wasn't. There was the figure, and then there's
the real guy.
Well,
Not Big Jim. Forget Big Jim.
I couldn't count that because I got that for my birthday.
Oh.
Let's see,
I can't open that.
Here was the big thing to get.
Does this come off? I haven't taken this off in a while.
It was this camper set.
Hey, it's kind of a foreshadowing to your future career.
Kinda. But I mean, they don't make toys like this anymore where you get 1,000,001 accessories. I mean, you got like the folding chairs.
Well, no. You get the 1,000,001 accessories, just not with the main thing.
Well, here's the other thing. Look what the truck itself is made out of. It wasn't even hard wall plastic.
That's vinyl, man.
Vinyl.
Oh, it's meant to be more of a carrying case, like Like the Barbie. If you wanted to get one, you had to get a Barbie car, man. Those are things we used to have. We used to play a demo derby with the Barbie cars, and I would just throw them into each other. I had the Corgi Batmobile that you hit the button and the batarang or bataram came out. We just smashed into everything. Took out a lot of Hot Wheels and Mattel cars. I'll tell you that much.
Sorry, I should edit the picture down for you.
Yeah, I totally missed downloading your images.
So anyway, some of the best Christmases gifts I don't have pictures of. I mean, I look back on it.
Yeah, I've moved several times since I was a young tyke. So pictures, what are those?
So while I load up a image here for Coach Vic, let's look at one of Al's. Wait, we did his a different way. Here we go.
Yeah, let's do that.
Which one you want to do first?
Just cram it up, pal.
All right,
Look at that. Look at that bright-eyed, brown-eyed boy. That was the year I got the Devastator, Transformer Devastator. It was like, 5 different pieces, right? And you had to get each one separately. You had the main boss guy, and then you had the 4 like littler dudes. I already had no Devastator. Wait, Devastator he's Bruticus. That's who that is. Bruticus was the one I got. Devastator was the Constructicons. Devastator was the Combaticons. Or Bruticus was. Sorry. But okay, so I got Bruticus, and this is how my cousins did this to me. They gave me one at a time. Like throughout the night, they had a bunch of. They would hide the other ones, and they'd be like, "Oh, here's one left over," and you know. And then they hid the final one, and I was just like, "Wait, I got all these, and I didn't get the final one." And so eventually they busted it out, and it was pretty cool. And as you can see, I brought my Constructicons along just so they could hang out together. I still actually have 2 of the Bruticus guys. I think maybe was it the Jeep and the main chest plate guy. I don't know their names. I never knew their. I just knew Bruticus.
My childhood landed like right as the Transformers were coming out, so I had a couple of them, but I always wanted the Constructicon one. I always thought that was cool.
You can get it now for $100 and something, but they're yellow. They just got them on at Target. They re-released them, but they're different. They're a different Transformer, but they're yellow and they're the same. They're like hazard color, like construction actual colors of. And no, I wasn't rich. I wasn't rich.
You sure?
Christmas was the time that we got our stuff. Hold on a minute. I gotta pause me out for a minute. I got someone at my door.
All right. So he shall be back. Let's catch up on these comments here. See, asked for X-Men 1 and got unlimited X-Men. Big Shaq was a big Transformers guy.
More than meets the eye.
Corporate L said, it's hard to believe we were all once that size. Yeah, man.
Right. Oh.
Whoops. There we go.
Hey.
All right.
Yeah.
Make a couple moves here to get some images of.
People seem to be calling and coming over like when they know I do this stuff. Anyway, that's great. They wait for it.
So
hey, Dad. Bringing snow into my house? Gee whiz. Bringing snow into my house like that. Anyway. Tracking snow everywhere. Oh, hey, is everybody, you guys been on the road? What's the roads like?
They were all right.
Yeah. I'm going to be driving up to Michigan after we do this show. This might be my last show. Who's that?
That's a baby Coach Vic.
What?
Or is it your nephew?
I can't tell. You're my nephew.
Baby Coach Vic.
This might be what Coach Vic looked like when he was a kid.
Oh, it's definitely what I look like. My mom said all the time, like, she would always say, hey, you two look so much like you're twins at that age.
Biggie Shack, I wanted my mom to order me a copy of X-Men 3, which is the first appearance of the Blob, for $8, and she wouldn't do it.
The Blob?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, so let's remove that one, and we'll add this one. This was one of Coach Vic's favorite Christmas presents.
And television.
And television. I had that.
I love the television. Here's how I have weird stories about how I found what I got for Christmas. So we wake up Christmas morning, like kids do. The only time I wake up like 5 o'clock in the morning. Wake up like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Like, did Santa come? Yeah, right. So we go in the living room. My mom is sitting on the floor playing Astro Smash, the game that came with the television. She's been playing for like 3 hours. She has the highest score. Nobody's ever touched it. So I'm just like, can we play? You got other stuff over there. Get under the tree.
So had she actually gone to bed? Or
No.
did she stay up all night playing?
She's been playing the game all night. Astro Smash.
Cool.
And then when Burger Time came out, same thing. Like, if I were to get my mom in the television console with Burger Time on today, it would be the best present she ever got in her life. Because she loves her some Burger Time.
Why hasn't this happened?
I got her better stuff, but
Trust
me, she'd sit there just.
Biggie, see, they got game consoles. You got the Sega, PS1, PS2 for Christmas.
PS1, that wasn't a thing when I was a kid. It wasn't a thing when I was in college.
Oh, he's probably younger than us, so
Maybe by a little bit.
But yeah, I've never gotten a game console I've always had to buy my own. I didn't get my game console until I started making money, and then I was like, okay. But
All right, let's put up another one from Al here.
look at those guys. Look at it. Oh, I got the Batmobile, and I got the Switchblade, I think was the name from the Mask, the bad guy mask guy.
Hmm.
His name was the Switchblade, I think.
Oh, like your parents got to a switchblade?
It went from a jet to a helicopter. It was awesome. And of course, the superpowers Batmobile. I mean, who didn't want to be playing with that? I mean, I loved it. I loved it. I'm telling you. And then, of course, that's my family. That's my pops with his mustache and unbelievable. Yeah. And I got earmuffs apparently too that year. So
here's a close up of that Batmobile here. Let's show that.
Sweet.
Oh baby, I love that thing. Another thing I also used for demolition derbies. I would use that like an idiot.
Does the front come apart?
Yeah, no, it just ejects and like hits people. Obviously. A GameCube for the 18th. Oh yeah, she's young.
There you go. So yeah, Al goes for the full beard sometimes, but I don't know if you can pull off the stash.
I can do the stash. I just, my girl likes me clean shaven.
That's my goal for next year. I'm gonna grow a mustache.
Do it. Hey, we should do it.
Well, 50 years, I got this much going for me, Al.
That's what. Oh.
I guess I'll have to start shaving.
I also got. I don't think I got it that year. I think I got it the previous year because in that picture that you're seeing with me and the Batmobile, the piano was behind us in our living room, and it's usually the piano was in the dining room. And then's when I got Doom Tower, the Secret Wars Doom Tower. I love that. I actually, I would put that on top of my dresser, and then I would open the dresser doors, and I'd have all the superheroes having to climb up that to get to the top and stuff. It was pretty fun. They would a lot of times be fighting in my dresser drawers. Yeah, look at that baby. And another thing I always wanted from Secret Wars was the Doom Roller, where it was like a hamster wheel, and the thing would roll around it like a hamster wheel. It was always fun. But I never got that.
I remember that Dagobah set, Biggie. The quicksand was sponge with a little cross cut in it.
Yeah. I had that. I got that from a friend. I would put it on the my stairs upstairs. I would put it on the corner where the stairs, and when they dropped down, they would just be like on the next level. So
I'll tell you the picture you will never see of me from Christmas is the one year when me and my 6 cousins and my brother all got underoos. So the underoos were like the superhero costumes in underwear form, a t-shirt and underwear briefs.
It's underwear that's fun to wear.
It is. And they got all of us to put it on and parade out. And
who has this picture?
I shouldn't say anything. You'll have to talk to my mother next time you see her. Yeah, this is the next big.
Oh, come on!
All right, look. I'm gonna just tell you, I love music. Okay, take away the CD player, throw in like a 15 slider EQ. Man, all right. So I always had this weird need to go to church on Christmas Eve, right? And my cousin, she went to the church, Lutheran church, I think it was. Same thing. It was long and boring, but I felt like I needed to be there. So she would pick me up. I go there. Everybody else stay at home. And so we got home late because we got home late. I come in and I hear music jamming, and my parents are in the living room phone or wrapping presents, for Santa Claus, because you believe the lie until they tell you it's okay not to believe it. So I'm like, oh, that sounds good. I look over at the stereo and I walk in and it's turned off. I said, well, where's the music coming from? Don't worry about that. Go to bed. My mother's answered everything. Don't worry about that. Like, go to bed. Like they had it set up in the kitchen and they were listening to it. And I was just like, ah. But I love that thing. I wore it out. Took it with me to college. Got some home speakers I attached to it later while I was in college. And then, eventually around my junior year, I got me a full entertainment center with laser disc player for my dorm room. And our dorm rooms were big. I had a sofa, love seat, 2 desks, full entertainment center with surround sound.
Just showing off.
Oh, my room was a spot. But I loved that. Dubbing tapes.
I had a very similar rig that I did get for Christmas. It was it's the Sears store
something
brand.
like that. Yeah. And the only records I had that I listened to were the Cos.
I had a lot of Cosby.
Bill Cosby. Those records were hilarious. I was telling my wife about one the other day where the ball went down the manhole, and so Russell was going to lift up the manhole cover so Fat Albert could go down the manhole and get the ball. And I told her that, I said, about 5 minutes later, I started cracking up because I realized what he said about Fat Albert being the one to go down the manhole cover. down the manhole. Who does this? Comedic genius. Of course, also a bad man.
Yeah, we can't like that stuff anymore. No, I was a huge Cosby fan before Cosby was cool.
Okay.
Before he was cruel, is that what you said?
Before he was cool. So let's see. All right, let's do, this would be like next in line. Got a few images of this. Why don't all of them carry over? All right. So,
okay.
Here we go.
Surprise. We're going to have to hire somebody to. Oh, the Venture people, huh?
Adventure People. I was a huge fan of the Adventure People. And by the time we were done, this isn't our stuff, but we had all this stuff.
So you had the X-ray man and X-ray woman?
No, we didn't have the X-ray people, but we had all this. We had like the news crew. We also had, let's remove that one. Also had this one. Let's see here.
I always think it's funny that the stuff you have trouble finding is probably like the smallest pictures.
The stunt. I don't know if it's the stunt crew or whatever, but it's like you get a parachute. It's cool to put the parachute on the guy. You wad it up and throw it up in the air, and your parachute's down.
Nice.
Yeah, I recently started collecting a lot of the new or the old Adventure People. I got the X-ray people. And I want the claw and the brainoid guy. And those are the guys I want.
I just took them for what they were. Just figures of people doing fun jobs, I guess.
You probably got the whole crew all at once. Didn't have to buy expansion sets or anything, right?
No, we got a little bit each year for Christmas and bought a little bit for birthday money.
Nice.
My daughter would love that. She found a friend the other day that was like, I got a friend that likes ghosts too. I'm like, let's go.
Really? One of them likes a ghost?
Yeah, Harper. She wants to be a ghost or a ghostbuster, a ghost hunter.
My wife's still buying presents for them.
Like,
these ain't our kids.
All right, let's see.
Love me some Voltron.
Let's do Al next.
Oh, look at that. I got
Garfield.
No, it wasn't me. I got Beast Man and Fakor. That's again all my family members. Yeah, that was the first. Those were the first He-Man guys I got. I didn't get the real He-Man. I got the blue He-Man. I got the fake He-Man. So, as cool as it is now, back then I don't think I was too happy about it. But I also, you can't see it, but there's comic books in front of me, and it's a Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man. I don't know if I have it up on the wall, but I still got it. And then I have the other one I think is a Star Wars book. I think I got three different books, but I never know. I don't remember. It's just those. But that started my He-Man addiction. So there you go.
Oh,
Boy. Those are worth so much. The blimp is worth so much money now. It's unbelievable.
Here's a closer look at those figures. I gotta tell you, it's hard to find images of this stuff because they've remade so much of it. I had a hard time finding the originals.
Oh, there it is. He's back. Is that
the
a
new
original?
one.
Yep.
Yeah, he was cool because he had like a sticker on his chest. It was just, it looked like tape, like a player, you know, like a,
Right.
Uh-huh.
like a cassette.
It looked like the recorder from the Marvel Comics. That character, the recorder, that had
Right. Yeah. And there's Beastman. Beastman. Yeah, I started later on in life, like yesterday. I started a Beastman collection. So I try to find anything with Beastman. I try to get it now because he was my first He-Man figure. So I figured I gotta pay due to the Beastman.
Stop that. Let's see what we got.
Uh-oh.
We'll finish up with my last one, then we'll do Coach Vic's last one. Close these two out here.
You know what I always think is funny when someone's been doing something for so long, and then finally they forget how to do it, and they answer the phone and they hit the wrong buttons and go, hello, hello. I hope this is a big one. Oh boy, you got this. I don't think you had this.
I did.
Oh, come on. And you got rid of it.
Eventually, yeah, it was sold in a garage sale or something.
So he didn't get rid of it. Somebody else got rid of it.
No, I
Oh, really?
I got the $2. I'm sure somebody paid for it. That I'd like to have it back. Yeah, I thought this was like the coolest vehicle design, just overall. The big wheels, the kind of tank look it had. But so the whole idea of
it says big track. I thought it said big tank. Big tank.
Yeah. So you see the numbers on the back that had a little button keypad, yeah. So the idea was you can command it. It's electronic. So you put your D-size batteries in it, you know, cost you an arm and a leg, and you can tell it, okay, how far forward it's going to go, and then which direction it's going to turn. So it's programming. It was
Nice.
it was coding before people called it coding. You see the little blue stripe on the front. It's got a light in there, so you could shoot a laser.
Pew, pew, pew.
That big round shape on the top, you twist that and it comes off, and then you could get.
It's not for me.
You get this to go with it, which I got the following Christmas.
You got like hobos beating pans upstairs or something? What's going on?
Can you hear all that?
Yeah. Ding, 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 ding. Are you working on a furnace?
My wife's cooking something.
Hey, Wiz, that's cooking? That sounds like angry cooking to me. You son of a, get in there. That's okay. All my family members decided to show up this morning. They're walking through telling my dad to get a jacket on, and he's like, "Oh, you mean?" You know, it's great.
So yeah, this little trailer. Once you get it plugged in there, you can program it to dump the trailer. So cool.
This explains a lot about you, Jamie. Like, it's very like, must do this thing. I must.
It was very much like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there Frankenstein outfits that you got too, or?
So I got Frankenstein for my birthday, so they did not qualify for it. All right, let's see. Okay, so if you loved Coach Vic's last favorite Christmas gift, here's
oh boy,
his third choice. We gotta hear the story behind
football, right?
No.
Oh baby,
I love watches. And like this ain't the one, but the one that I had, you could program people's phone numbers in them too. And so y'all just couldn't tell me nothing. And this was like in high school because, like, earlier in middle school, I got a couple of swatches for Christmas, and I love my swatches.
I had
But,
swatches.
but when I got
Snotches.
this, it's just like, oh, I'm putting phone numbers. Like everybody, hey Beth, what's your phone number? All right, got you, girl.
Hmm.
I just had numbers upon numbers in my watch, which was weird because back then we actually memorized phone numbers. But I've always loved watches, and this leads to a sad story. So, out
Please
of
tell
college,
us the sad story.
my first real job working at Citicorp. I'm an auditor at Citicorp, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get me a nice watch. Went to the jewelry store, dropped about $75 on a watch. Very nice, silver, blue face, couple little thousands. It was really nice. And a couple weeks later, I was a camp speaker. I was speaker at a camp. Went there and like the last day of camp, put my watch on the back of the sink and wash my hands. And then some people came, so wanted to give me some stuff and talk to them. So I grabbed my bags and left.
You left your
As
watch
I,
behind.
as I was about 3 hours outside Roach, Missouri, I was like, oh crap. My watch is on the
Roach.
back of that sink.
Mm, 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 mm.
That's the last time I bought myself a watch for Christmas.
Well, if I'd have known, I could have got you a new one.
Yeah, I know. But now nobody uses the watch. Even though every now and then I think, I'm gonna give me a watch. But I have my cell phone with me everywhere. But
So the one you programmed the phone numbers in.
yeah,
So what happens when the battery died to all of those phone numbers?
battery never died,
Oh, okay.
or at least the battery never died while I was still using it. No. But
It was.
that's a good question because who knows if they had save technology back then.
Right.
But yeah, I've never. I mean, I probably used it a couple of years before, something happened to it.
Mm.
'Cause, I was a high school kid where I left in a locker somewhere or something. Let a girl wear it. Because that's what stupid high school boys do. Girl says, "Hey, Kyra, yeah, sure."
Mm.
I ain't see my Letterman. I didn't wear my Letterman jacket all freshman year.
I think Al's getting bored.
I'm eating my name.
Fine. I love me some watches. I'm sorry.
You love watches?
Cool that way.
This explains a lot. He's just now getting into pop culture, I think. Into comic books and stuff.
He's still the new guy. He's a couple years in, but he's still the new guy.
Still a new guy.
Got Pittsburgh Steelers wearing a coat because living in St. Louis, home of the St. Louis Cardinals, you're either a Steelers fan or a Cowboys fan.
Well, in the everybody was either Steelers fan
Or a Cowboys.
So, is that everybody's Christmas memories?
That's all of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody, real quick.
Mario
And,
Noel.
Indeed.
I'm glad that we've been doing this, and I'm glad you guys are here, and I'm here, and I'm thankful for that. It's not Thanksgiving, but I want to do a new segment that we'll probably forget next time. I want to do the big idea.
Okay.
Al's big idea.
Al's big idea.
Al's big idea.
All right.
Al's big idea. And for the first ever Al's big idea, I have the most mind-blowing idea. It can't be done, okay? But this is Al's big idea. So we get real close to your TV, your phone, or whatever you're listening on, and you're gonna listen to this.
Everybody gather around.
When I tell you this idea, at first you're gonna be like, "Oh, that's stupid. That's stupid." But then you're gonna think about it. And then over the time, you're gonna be like, "Yeah, that where they should have done that. This is a should have done." Okay. In 1987, I think they made a movie, Masters of the Universe. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They got Dolph Lundgren. All right.
Right.
My big idea, they should have got Hulk Hogan. Look at this. If Hulk Hogan, juiced up Hulk Hogan, I don't care if he's balding, put a nice wig on him. Hulk Hogan should have been He-Man. I want to go back in time. If I ever get a time machine, I'm not going to do anything else. I'm going to go back in time and get Prime Hogan, make it prime Hogan He-Man movie. He would have been perfect. Biggie Shack's agreeing on this. My big idea is, I'm telling you, you don't think right now you're like, no, he shouldn't have been. But him just like, yeah, Skeletor, brother, let's go, dude. And just cracking people and make it crazy. Make it fun with Hulk Hogan. Dolph Lundgren couldn't even speak his lines. He had to learn them. You know, as I told you, that's why he's so stunning. He had no charisma. But you put Hulk Hogan in there. You put the classic strap on. Wait, thing on his. Hey, the crisscross, you know, the bandolier. Hulk Hogan should have been He-Man, and that is Al's big idea for the first ever big idea. No, let's talk about it. I want to hear you guys just discuss on because I've already mentioned this to a friend, and he was just like, "No, he sucks as an actor."
That popped up, that the fact that you would get Hulk Hogan in a He-Man outfit and not He-Man the character. But I have to admit, I've never seen the Masters of the Universe movie to begin with.
Thought I was gonna be the only one.
You guys
know what? If Hulk Hogan was in it, I would have watched it.
See, here's the thing. Right. This is the thing. This is where his star appeal comes in. He was too busy making No Holds Barred. Forget No Holds Barred. Take Hulk Hogan. He's all jacked up, man. He was juiced. He was thick. He looked like a Slim Jim on steroids, man. You get him, put him in that's He-Man. Who'd you get? I would even leave the mustache on. I would have Hulk Hogan. I'm going to do it. Next time you see me, if I have enough time, we're going to get a Hulk Hogan He-Man. And that's what. No, yeah, Ultimate Warrior. He couldn't act his way. He sucks. Hogan had charisma. He should have been He-Man.
Mr. Universe.
Ken Waller?
Yeah.
Did he ever act?
Wow. Yeah, he was in that.
What are you talking about? Movie. This isn't Vic's big idea. This isn't Jamie's big idea. This is my big idea. Hulk Hogan, 80s Hogan, Thunderlips, Thunderlips Hogan, He-Man, Masters of the Universe.
Why are they carrying him in?
I'm telling you, you guys, it's an earworm. You're gonna land there like, yeah, he should have been.
I go back and listen to the same guy that was the bad guy in No Holds Barred was also the same bad guy in Friday.
Yeah.
Friday? You've seen Friday?
No.
Yeah, hilarious. The other two weren't that great, but the first one was good.
It would have been better. See, Biggie believes in it.
Oh, I agree too, because I always saw it.
Tiny Lester, yep.
Oh,
hey,
yeah, okay.
You gotta watch it. Skeletor is the best thing about that movie. Just watch the Skeletor parts. He's good in that. In the Masters of the Universe movie, Frank Langella was Skeletor. Makeup was cool. And I don't care what you can see his nose. What?
Frank Langella, really?
Yeah.
You know who that is? Was married to Whoopi for a little bit.
Oh. Did he?
See, I know pop culture stuff.
Yeah. Sure. But anyways, that's my big idea. Thank you for joining me here at the first Al's big idea.
We'll have to come up with an opening animation and a closing animation to put behind that segment.
Hey, I sprung it on you. Guys didn't know you probably didn't even remember. I said I got an idea. I got an opinion I want to get out.
You did. I do remember you saying that, but I thought it was about the JSA.
No, that you know my opinion on that. I didn't have some big revelation on that. The big revelation is Hulk Hogan should have been He-Man. Young Hogan should have been He-Man with the frickin' Fu Manchu. You could have gave him a He-Man band and had like the He-Man on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would have been the best. Anyways,
all right. So should we wrap this one up?
Yeah.
We've been going an hour and 14 minutes.
I love that my big reveal. You guys are so close, and you thought it was something huge, and then it was just me saying, "He-Man, Hulk Hogan should have been He-Man." Of a movie that's already made and it can never be changed.
No, I'm pretty sure it'll be remade soon.
We do this to entertain people, so hopefully
Ooh.
they got a kick out of the
If
idea.
they remade today, who should be He-Man?
The Rock. No, I'm kidding.
I mean,
After Black Adam.
Black
I would
Adam
say Henry Cavill.
But
I'd say Henry Cavill, but he's kind of boring. He has no
He's got the
charisma.
wrong hair color.
oh yeah, because they don't have wigs galore in Hollywood.
Yeah, they got bad
Oh,
hair.
yeah.
Yeah, they do.
A
have
blonde. He has white hair in The Witcher. So, all right.
That's true. I haven't watched The Witcher yet, I don't think.
Well, you can see pictures of it on the
I
internet.
have seen pictures.
That's what happened.
It's white and it's a wig and it
Yeah,
doesn't look
I
terrible.
I never seen it. It's like I've seen him, but I'm not going to say that I've seen him. I'm just going to say that I haven't seen his show.
That's all, folks.
Merry Christmas, everybody!
Merry Christmas.
Merry
We'll
Christmas.
see you later after the new year because we can't do a show on New Year's morning because we got commitments.
Because I got
Or New Year's Eve.
plans. Going to New York, watch the ball drop.
No, that's a waste of time.
That looks like the most miserable time ever.
Yeah, sitting there for 20 hours. I can barely stand at work half the time. I'm not going to be standing at nothing. I'm old.
All right, so we'll say bye, everybody. Remember, keep your priorities straight. Faith, family, comic books. Merry Christmas. We'll see you next time.
Happy New Year.
Whenever there's a crime, who's always there to fight it? Whenever there's a wrong, who's always there to right it? When someone breaks the law, who do people holler for? It's the bad man. It's the bad